Welcome to today's episode on managing a remote team. Lisa, as someone with years of experience, how would you describe the unique challenges of leading a distributed team compared to one that's co-located?
Thanks for having me. Leading remotely requires heightened clarity and intentional communication. Unlike in-person teams, you can't rely on spontaneous hallway chats, so you must set clear expectations and use digital tools effectively from day one.
That's a great point, David. As a new team lead, what stands out to you as the biggest adjustment so far in remote management?
I've noticed that building trust takes more effort. Since we're not physically together, I need to be proactive about checking in and ensuring my team feels supported, which is something I might have overlooked before.
Transitioning from that, Lisa, how do you ensure everyone understands their responsibilities when working remotely?
We should document roles and set clear deadlines for every project. For example, I share a detailed project brief via Slack and confirm understanding during our Monday Zoom calls. This minimizes ambiguity and boosts accountability.
David, are there collaborative expressions you found particularly helpful to align your team on shared goals?
Absolutely. Phrases like, "Let's touch base tomorrow," or "Can we align on that goal?" help keep communication open and reinforce teamwork, even when everyone's working from different locations.
Let's dive into time zone challenges. Lisa, how do you manage scheduling when your team is spread across continents?
Time zone coordination is critical. I use shared calendars in Trello and always rotate meeting times so no one is consistently inconvenienced. We could also consider asynchronous communication for updates, reducing the pressure to respond instantly.
David, do you foresee any issues with asynchronous work, especially for urgent tasks?
There might be delays if someone isn't online. That's why we must set protocols for urgent responses, clearly marking high-priority items in Slack so the team knows to act quickly even outside normal hours.
Switching gears, remote work can sometimes feel isolating. Lisa, what strategies do you use to keep morale high and employees engaged?
We should organize regular virtual socials, like coffee breaks or trivia sessions, to foster connection. Studies show that remote teams with high engagement report a 21% increase in productivity, so maintaining morale isn't just nice, it's essential.
David, have you tried any creative approaches to engagement yet?
I recently started a Friday Wins channel on Slack, where everyone shares achievements. It's a small gesture, but it might help the team recognize each other's contributions and feel more connected.
On the topic of tech, Lisa, what digital tools do you find indispensable for remote teamwork?
Slack is our go-to for daily communication, while Zoom enables effective virtual meetings. For task management, Trello keeps everyone on track. We should also integrate cloud storage like Google Drive for seamless document sharing.
David, have you encountered any challenges with tool overload or adoption?
Some team members feel overwhelmed by notifications. I might need to set clearer guidelines on which channels to use for urgent versus non-urgent matters, ensuring tools empower rather than distract us.
Let's talk about accountability. Lisa, how do you delegate tasks and track performance remotely?
We must use clear performance metrics, such as weekly deliverables or customer satisfaction scores. I delegate by assigning tasks in Trello and following up during one-on-one virtual check-ins, making accountability visible and fair.
David, do you worry about micromanaging when tracking progress online?
That's a concern. I could focus on outcomes rather than activity, trusting my team to meet goals. Using shared dashboards helps everyone see progress without feeling constantly monitored.
Lisa, onboarding remotely is a challenge for many. What steps do you recommend for integrating new hires into a distributed team?
We should create a structured onboarding plan, including virtual tours, team introductions, and scheduled check-ins. A 2022 SHRM study found that structured onboarding improves retention by 58% in remote settings.
David, how might you personalize the onboarding experience for your new hires?
I plan to assign a buddy for each new joiner and host a welcome breakfast over Zoom. Small touches like these could make new employees feel part of the community from day one.
Moving on, effective virtual meetings are key. Lisa, how do you ensure meetings stay productive and inclusive online?
We must have a clear agenda, circulate it beforehand, and encourage everyone to contribute. Using features like virtual hand raising in Zoom ensures quieter team members have a voice.
David, how often do you check in with your remote team, and what's your approach?
I hold weekly one-on-ones to discuss goals and challenges. Phrasing such as, "I'll loop you in on the next update," helps keep everyone informed and engaged, building a culture of transparency.
Now, difficult conversations can be even trickier online. Lisa, how do you give constructive feedback remotely?
I always start by acknowledging positives before addressing issues. We should use specific examples and focus on solutions. Written feedback via email allows team members to process before responding, reducing miscommunication.
David, do you have strategies for handling sensitive topics without face-to-face cues?
I might schedule a video call to read body language and ensure empathy. Framing feedback with modal verbs, like "you could try" or "we might consider," softens the message and encourages discussion.
As we approach the end, let's challenge our listeners. Imagine you're addressing your remote team. Lisa, what language should they practice to sound confident and clear?
Listeners should use at least 3 modal verbs, such as, "we should set priorities," 2 collaborative expressions like, "let's align on next steps," and leadership terms like delegation, engagement, or performance metrics.
David, can you give an example of a strong remote team update?
Certainly. We must ensure everyone feels included. Let's touch base tomorrow to discuss productivity tracking. I'll loop you in on the new onboarding process. Practicing these phrases will help leaders communicate with clarity and authority.